Well, chat. Why would he say anything about a new dub? Is that, what? Someone ask about a dub? Who asked about a dub? Oh, anything about the Link Click episode? Oh, no, not at all. If we dub it, I will actually be surprised at this point, because I haven't heard anything about it. But anyway, hey, thank you for all the subs. I do appreciate it. Chat, if you guys don't know, 2025 has not been a fun time for me. I started off the year literally sick day one for like 4 days, 5 days. And I was out of commission. Then I had to go to LA for work, and the LA fires happened.
Is just 2024 part 2 electric boogaloo.
Nah. Literally 2025 is way worse than 2024 for me. Then I managed to get out of LA, got to Texas. Thankfully, nothing happened, like nothing crazy, but we did get like snowed in. So I had to cancel a convention, right? So I couldn't make it to Fan Expo New Orleans. I had to cancel that, which sucked. A little disappointing. And I was like, hey, you know what? Like, it's okay. I get to stay home. I get to be with the animals. I get to be with Hayden. Like, I get to stream. Like, but still sucks because I was looking forward to it. Then, what happened after the snowstorm? I want to say something else happened. And, well, the other day, I don't even know what day it was. I think it was Thursday. I think it was Thursday because I was literally, the Nintendo Switch 2 got announced. The Nintendo Switch 2 got announced, right? And I was ready. I woke up that morning. I was like, cool. I'm gonna talk about the Switch 2. I had a session that morning. It was a long one. Like, not a long one. It was a short one. It was supposed to be long, but we ended up finishing it real quick. And I was like, hell yeah. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna get through 3.0. Gonna get through, I'm gonna like get through 3.0 a bit. I'm gonna do Uno with the Idge boys. It's gonna be good. Well, 20 minutes into the stream, my back starts hurting. And it was right after I had eaten breakfast too. And I was like, oh no. Huh. This feeling, it's a little familiar. And I was telling Chad, I was like, hey guys, just give me a sec. Oh. Chat, I don't want to alarm you all, but I think I'm passing a kidney stone. And chat was freaking out. They're like, what? I was like, yeah. Hold on. I even stood up and I was like, maybe standing up will help. And I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely a kidney stone. All right, I'm gonna have to cancel the stream. I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. And chat's like, what do you mean? So many people were like, drink water, drink cranberry juice. And I was like, if I drink cranberry juice, it'll only make it worse. Yeah, but it was so funny because everyone was trying to give me advice. And I was like, guys, I've been through this before. Like, shut the fuck up. I was like, guys, I'm just gonna end stream. I'm gonna end stream. I felt really bad for Hayden. Because Hayden, dude, I was like, oh, Hayden's in therapy. I have to do it. I was in so much pain. I literally knock on their door and I was like, hey, and they're like, I'm in therapy. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm passing a kidney stone. And they're like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, I probably need to go to the hospital. And I was like, oh, surely we just need to go to urgent care, right? So we go to urgent care. Well, Hayden called ahead to urgent care. And it was really funny because, like, Hayden was on top of it. And Hayden was like, okay, you're going to have to wait an hour, unfortunately. And I was like, for urgent care? Damn, it's not very urgent, is it? So I waited an hour, and bro, I was moving around the house. I was like freaking out. I was like, God, why don't I have meds for this already? So I'm like literally like just walking around the house, trying to distract myself from the pain. There was like no way I positioned myself in certain places like just to make the pain, because I couldn't sit down. Because everybody's like, oh, just sit down. You'll feel bad. You'll like pass out or whatever the fuck. I was like, bro, if I sit, I will literally just be in excruciating pain. So we go to urgent care, right? We go to urgent care. Finally, it's my time. And it was really funny because it was like, even though my appointment was supposed to happen, we still had to wait for like another 20, 30 minutes. At least it felt that long. And then they go to see me and the doctor was like, hey, so I noticed you weren't able to give us a bit of a urine sample. And usually in those cases, you have to go to the ER. And I was like, you son of a bitch. You wasted 40 minutes of my life to tell me to go to the ER. So we had to get on another lift because I couldn't drive and Hayden can't drive right now. So we got on a 20-minute lift from the urgent care to the ER. The ER that was farther away because the doctor recommended, hey, I know that this one's like 5 minutes, but this one has a urologist, which, you know, in hindsight, pretty solid. So we go and the guy is like, dude, this Lyft driver, I wanted to kill him. And I could tell that Hayden was more bad than I was because I was so out of it. I was like, like, dude, I was literally pale as a ghost. I was like focusing on like the words I was thinking about the whole time. I was like, pain go away, pain go away, pain go. Like, that's literally the sole thing I was thinking about. And the Lyft driver's like trying to input the fucking like address. He was like, it's not showing. Is it and Hayden goes, it's this one. And they're like, oh, okay. Oh, are you in pain? I'm passing a kidney stone. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then just starts driving like a dickhead. Think of it as 16 months. But it was so funny because I'm just like, bleh. And he's like, oh, my bad. And then we get to the ER, right? And he's like, I hope you feel better. And I was like, I won't. And I get out of the car. And bro, he's so lucky. So this is how I know not to sit down when I'm in pain. It was so bad. The moment we got off the lift, I threw up my entire breakfast. All that pain, literally, it was awful. This is how I know that Hayden loves me. They just watched me throw up on the sidewalk. And I felt so bad. Thankfully, like, the urgent care knew, by the way. These fuckers at urgent care knew. Hey, Pirate, thank you for the sub. These fuckers at fucking urgent care knew because they were like, oh, by the way, take this. And they gave me one of these bags that is specifically for throwing up. Bro, it was actually crazy. Because, like, yeah, the blue bags, Robin, the fact you know that, it is exactly that fucking blue bag. It was literally that blue bag, dude. And I literally threw, dude, it was so bad. I threw up so bad it came out of my nose. Like, not to get too graphic. It was bad. Like, dude, I had, it was so bad. It was so bad. Like, for the next, like, hour, I was like I was like gagging because I had to, like, you know, get the shit out of my nostrils. So I had to, like, it was so awful. It was awful. And you know what's the crazy part? It gaslit me. It gaslit me for like a good 30 minutes. Made me think, oh my God, the pain is gone. It wasn't kidney stones. I just needed to throw up. Like, it gaslit me because literally after 30 minutes, I was like, no, it's still kidney stones. It's still kidney stones. It's still kidney stones. Like, dude, it was so funny. Also, the medics, like the doctors that were taking care of me, specifically the two that I remember were like Matt and Mike. It was so funny. They weren't like dumb or anything, but the energy they gave, I don't know why. Maybe it was because I was playing it recently, but the energy they gave me was like the sheriffs from Alan Wake 2. They weren't dumb. They were really good at their job, but just the vibe that they gave me, it was so funny. They're like, hey, do you need a urine sample? And I was like, I already did, sir. And he's like, oh, all right, cool. He leaves. Matt's like trying to put some IV in me, and he's like, oh, you've done this before? And I was like, yeah, it's not my first rodeo. And he's like, ah, that sucks. And then literally the guy, Matt comes back, or Mike comes back, and he goes, oh, by the way, when you're done there, if you need to give a urine sample, I'm like, I already did. And he's like, oh, right, damn it. Like, I was like, what is happening? And then Matt is like, oh, you don't do well with needles? And I was like, no, why would I do well with someone stabbing me in the arm? Like, they're trying to draw blood, and it's like, all right, we're gonna hit you with that morphine. And I was like, cool. Last time I did morphine, it didn't really hit like that. Chat, this time that bitch hit. I was like, yo, the morphine is helping. Let's go, dude. So the doctor comes out. Before all that, we had to do scans. And they did scans, and they were like, and then after the scans, they did the morphine, and they did everything, and they did, you know. So then I'm like literally falling asleep in this recliner chair. And I was like, oh, the morphine's hitting. Hell yeah. Angry Owl Cat, thank you for the raid. How's it going, Raiders? I'm just talking about my kidney stone journey the other day. But welcome, welcome, welcome. I feel you ended up in an SNL skit. Like, I'm obviously making it more humorous than it was. They were doing a very good job at, you know, they were doing a very good job. I'm obviously just making it more humorous. Like, everybody was just trying to lighten my mood. Everyone checked in on me. It was really weird. Yeah, welcome, Raiders. I'm CyYu. I'm a professional voice actor, VTuber. We're talking about kidney stones, and then afterwards we're gonna play some stuff, and you know. Well, welcome, Raiders. But basically, it was really funny because like, oh yeah, my help with my E6S5 Treebee fund, because yeah, I have to do that now. And getting cast in Star Rail, now I gotta spend so much money. Anyway, so I literally...
You've been having a tough time.
Dude, thank you, Vitamin. But yeah, it's been a tough time. Yeah, anyway.
Welcome back, see you. Happy subversary, and
hey, thank you. Thank you for the 9 months.
See you with love.
Thank you. But yeah, basically, yeah, I'm on this recliner chair, right? And I'm like, and literally fucking as I'm in the recliner chair, like as I'm finally dozing off, a doctor comes in and they're like, hey, so we're gonna get ready to discharge you. We're gonna move you on over to this other room, so come with us. And we're like, discharge me? But like, what about, are you not gonna put liquid IV in me? Like what? Not the liquid IV, like I just meant like water, like IV through water. Like I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're just waiting on the results. And we're like, okay. So we go to this, like the discharge room, which is just a bench and a chair. And I was like, I'm not comfortable anymore. But I wasn't in pain. I was just like, not comfortable. I was like, I can't find the good spot. And literally, like, as we're waiting there, like 5 doctors checked in on me. There was like a guy that's like, hey, how's your day going? And I look at him and I was like, well, I threw up literally before coming into this building. I'm in pain. And I got kidney stones. And he's like, so is that going? And I'm like, what do you think, bud? Like, I was so out of it. I was like, do you think this is the question I want to be asked right now? Do you really think this is the time and place for you to ask me how I'm doing? Like, brother, I still got the stone passing through me. So I was like, okay. He leaves. A doctor comes back and she's like, hey, So we got your results for the CT scan. We're still waiting for the other results to make sure you get the paperwork. And I was like, okay. And it's like, so you have 7 stones. And for those of you who don't know, 2 years ago when I got my first kidney stone, 2 years ago when I had my first kidney stone, I had 11. And that was after I passed it, right? So I know 7 is a lot.
You what?
But I'm like, when I heard 7, I look at Hayden and I'm like, oh my God. If it's 7, that means I got rid of like 2 without even realizing it.
Voiced in a few FNAF and Yandere Simulator songs, and I'm actually flabbergasted. How long were you part of my childhood?
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for the subs. Yeah, for a while. But yeah, I was like, oh my God. Hayden, I only have 7 now, and I'm in the middle of passing one. So by the time I pass it, it's gonna be 6. Let's go. Like, I was already, like, my brain was trying to think of the silver lining. Hey, Seth Rail, thank you for the $5. I also said that katana. I literally also said that. You can ask Hayden. So lo and behold,
I'm going to
yeah.
pound you until you beg for mercy.
No. So lo and behold, I literally like, I literally fucking, was so excited. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna send you over. You're gonna get meds and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Like, and we're like, cool. So, and then we just wait for like, I think another 30 minutes to get these like paperwork. And then we have to go to like CVS to get stuff. And then after like another 30 minutes, we get the meds and then we go home. And then I was literally, I'm not even kidding. I literally lived in my recliner chair for like the past 4 days. Like just last night, I was like, okay, I can actually sleep in a bed. But like, it's crazy because like the recliner chair, I literally was like sitting on the chair and I was like, I want to watch Brooklyn. And I literally just let Brooklyn Nine-Nine play. Even as I dozed off, I was like, now here's the crazy part, chat. So, the day didn't end there. So when I went home, right? We hadn't seen Ryuji in a couple hours. We hadn't seen the animals in a couple hours. So I get home and, you know, I'm still in pain. I'm on meds, that kind of thing. Ryuji, as soon as we get home, starts yelping. We're like, oh, okay. But then it's like, not the usual yelping. It's like he started falling. And we're like, what the fuck happened? And we had to take him to the vet. Hey, thank you for the 18 months. And we had to take Ryuji to the vet. I am on drugs that are like, hey, you shouldn't be driving while on these drugs. And I was like, Hayden, you have to go. I can't go. You have to like take him. So a friend of ours, Rachel, took Hayden. They went to the vet. Ryuji's fine. Ryuji's fine. He had like some muscle swelling, muscle tension in like his front and back leg. So we had to keep an eye on him, right? He's acting like nothing is wrong now, right? Like he's running around like it's totally fine. But I find it funny because the first time I got kidney stones, Ryuji needed surgery. Like this dude needed like this because his salivary gland had ruptured, which was way more serious. And I had to take him to get surgery. And then I'm like, great, I have to keep an eye on him. And that was 2 years ago. And literally that night, I passed a kidney stone. So I'm like, oh my God, it's reversed. We're linked. We're soul bonded. Bro. Bro, like we literally, Hayden brings Ryuji back that night and both of us are drugged out on the couch. Like on my chair and he's like, we're like, yeah. Bro, it was wild. So, anyway, I'm like, I don't want to leave this recliner. Like, I don't want to get up. Like, if I'm going to get up, it's to go to the bathroom, right? So I slept on my recliner chair, literally with like 2 heating pads on, like a heating pad on my back and a heating blanket on top of me. And then the crazy part is, so like, you know, Hayden stayed up, I think, stayed with me until like 4 a.m. and then they went to the room and then went to sleep. They took Ryuji with them, and Ryuji wasn't jumping on places. And then literally it's 8 a.m. I wake up, I'm like, oh God, I gotta pee. And I was like, I don't feel any pain. I guess the drugs are still in. And I go to the bathroom and I pee it out. First thing in the morning, I pee out the stone. First thing in the morning, I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, phew. Hey, thank you for the $50, Sarah, to the LA Fire Department Foundation. I was like, hell yeah, easy peasy. Got it. And I was still so wiped. I was like, man, like I even now I feel like whenever I go to the bathroom, I still feel like residuals, if that makes sense. But, yeah. So I was fine, but I was like, you know what? It was a shame because part of me was like, damn, I had booked this really cool thing and I almost got recast. For some reason, the team really likes me, and they were like, hey, we can do it remote. Like, I told them, I was like, hey guys, I know that we have to record this week, but I'm literally passing a kidney stone and we have to reschedule. And they were like, oh my God, we're so sorry. But they're trying to make it work, which I appreciate them for that. I can't say what it is yet, obviously, but yeah. So I passed the stone, and yeah, that's the end of the stone. But Ryuji still isn't okay, right? Well, I don't know how many of you were going to the Genshin Impact Symphony this upcoming week in New York, but I had bought tickets like months ago, and I can't go anymore because Hayden and I have to keep an eye on Ryuji.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind taking time to resell them. Yep. And it was crazy because I remember I was like, oh, if I'm going to this thing, I'm gonna get front row babysitter. Nah, like, we thought about it because we were talking to my cousin about it, but the thing is that he has to be on meds. We have to make sure he's not jumping around places, that kind of thing. So we were just like, you know what? It's just better to like stay home and watch them. So, yeah. So yeah, it's just been one thing after another. Like I'm like, we decided that yesterday, cause I was like, oh damn, right. So yeah, it's a shame. Puppy's okay, you know. We just gotta keep an eye on him, cause he's pretty much on meds most of the time. So yeah. But well, that would have been a cool surprise. Just be like, hey, yeah, I'm at the Genshin Symphony. I was really looking forward to it. And then literally I looked it up last night and someone apparently posted the entire symphony from Paris. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I can watch it. Oh man. But yeah, it's just been one thing after another. So I'm like, can I get a win? Can I get a win, universe? Please? Can I get a win? Or, you know, 5? So yeah. But yeah, that's what happened. I literally passed the kidney stone. Oh, that's the other thing. Because literally I felt like the moment after I finished eating my sandwich, my breakfast sandwich the other day, I'm probably not drinking coffee nor eating like proper food in a while. I'm going back to 2 years ago. I've literally been sustained on bread for the last 4 days. Like I'm literally like just like, another slice, please. Another slice, please. Like I'm literally like, well, I don't trust any high proteins because it literally says be careful with proteins. Not the sliced bread. I'm a bread lover. I mean, I love bread, but yeah, we're living in carbs for the next I don't know how long. Eat rice? Oh yeah, we got a new rice cooker yesterday. But yeah. Yeah. It's just, yeah. So what can you have? I don't know. I'm not touching shit with protein for a bit.
You're feeling much better. CyYuVtuber, the past few days has been hectic for us all, and sweet to hear about Ryuji. To help lighten the mood, I saw this video of a girl finding a special connection to a Shoto plushie from MHA, saying he has a birthmark like me.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
MHA's author and Shoto's JPV.
I've seen so many people freak out about it.
There's already fan art of Shoto and the girl together.
Yeah.
So sweet. What a crazy start.
Hey, common folk, thank you for the 8 months.
And Hayden. Hopefully it only gets better for you guys.
God, I hope so.
More craziness. You should just get to relax and breathe for a hot minute. CyYuVtuber 7 CyYuVtuber.
No protein, Akihiko would be sad. Well, what do you want from me? If I have protein, I'm gonna have another kidney stone. It was really funny, by the way, because like I dead ass have this kidney stone, right? And my dad calls me the day I pass it, and he's like, "Mijito, how's it going? How come I find out you got a kidney stone from Twitter?" And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna worry you guys. I mean, I passed it, it's fine. And he goes, it's like, well, you just gotta, you know, just drink a bunch of water. I'm like, Dad, I drink 100 ounces a day. Like, I don't know what you want from me. And he's like, well, you know, and I was like, yeah, I'm just sustaining myself on bread for a couple of days. He's like, Mijito, you can eat whatever the hell you want. Like, it doesn't matter. And I was like, and he's like, it's not gonna, like, you already passed the stone. It's not gonna stop the stones coming out from the fucking thing, you know? And I was like, yeah, but if I eat shit food, it'll make the other stones bigger. You know, the 6 I have in me. They ultrasound them? Honestly, they scanned. If they felt they needed to be ultrasound, they would have told me when I was in the ER. But they told me they were all relatively small. Like they told me the one I just passed. The one I just passed, no, Hayden, they said 7. But they told me they were all relatively small. Like the biggest one that I had was the one that I was literally passing through. I didn't know protein can make it work. Yeah, like having high protein and like having like red meat every day, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, how big was it? It was 4 milligrams, right? Like 0.4. The way it works is if it's 0.5, that's when they start going like, oh, millimeters. That's what I meant. What the fuck, Lamau? I said milligrams, Lamau. Yeah, 4 millimeters. True. They say if it's 5 millimeters, that's when they consider surgery. If it's bigger than that, if it's bigger than 5 millimeters, they definitely do surgery. But if it's smaller than 5 millimeters, they're like, you could just pass it. Yeah. And I do have I still have all the medicine. So if I, for whatever reason, am passing another stone, I'm already ready. Have I ever had one? No, Fluffy, thank God. My dad, though, as much as I love him, he kind of dumb. He's telling me like when we were having dinner, like when we were in Miami, he's like, oh yeah, Mijito, I got one that's 10 millimeters. And I was like, you will die. You have to have surgery. How have you not had surgery? And I was talking to my mom, and my mom's like, well, when your dad says 10, he's probably exaggerating.
Happy 12 months, yippee.
Hey, Miss Zahn, thank you so much for the 12 months. Yeah, like my mom was like, if your dad says 10 millimeters, it's probably like a 5. Like, he's exaggerating. And I was like, well, damn. I hope he was. Honestly, I hope he was, because 1 millimeter is, or 10 millimeters is bad. Like, that is really bad. They're like, you have to have surgery. What happened, buddy? What? You can't leave. You can't leave. Lay in your bed. Lay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Hey. What? Stop yelling at me. He's got a lot to say. Yeah. That being, he wants to run around. That's a yapper? Yeah, he be yapping.